back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. My name's Connor Williams, and we're back with another one of our player reviews. This time it is on Danjuma. Obviously, the lone player for this season has had sparing appearances for Everton. I think it's fair to say he has managed to accumulate 20 games over the course of the season. But we didn't see him nearly as much as we thought we might be able to. So I'm gonna, as always, run you through some of his stats, give you my thoughts and feelings on him from the eye test, and then round it all up with a nice score at the end. So yeah, like I said, he's played 20 games for us this season. That's combined Premier League. He's played 14 in the Premier League, and then he's made a couple in the League Cup as well. He's made 4 there. And then I think the other one that they're grabbing might be something like, it might be the FA Cup. I can't quite remember now. But yeah, he's got more games in the Premier League than I thought he would, which is a bit unusual. But anyway, like I said, let's get into some of his stats for the season. So starting off, he's only got 1 goal. This is off his Premier League. Don't think he did an awful lot in the League Cup or the EFL to shout home about. He did get 1 goal in the EFL. There you go, 4 games in the EFL, 14 games in the Premier League, and 2 games in the FA Cup. So we'll go through a couple of them. We'll go mainly off the Premier League. So in the Premier League, he got 1 goal out of an expected 2.62. So he's underperforming there. He's took 25 shots, 9 of them on target, which averages out at about 1.38 shots on target per 90. 0 assists, 0 expected assists either. 101 passes, 72% accuracy. 8 successful dribbles, 42% successful dribble rate, 243 touches. Yeah, and then I won't go into his defensive side because he's not really known for that. But it's a tough, rough showing for him there. Obviously, there is his League Cup, which he got 4 appearances in. So we'll go to that as well. And give you his League Cup one. It's only fair as that seems to be the next best thing he did for us. So in the EFL, obviously he was against Doncaster, as well as who else do we play in Villa, as well. So we'll go through them now. Yeah, League Cup he got a goal. Other than that, again, not really worth me running through. There's nothing that screams oh my God, they're quite bang average stats. Unfortunately for him, obviously, but also unfortunately for us because he did take up a spot. And his goal did come against Doncaster Rovers, which is, Doncaster Rovers. We also played Fulham, obviously Fulham, the one that went to penalties as well. And Villa and I believe Burnley. So yeah, in terms of the EFL, it was he'd managed to get a goal. He created a big chance. In the Prem, he sort of dropped off, didn't he? The chances he was getting. He's missed 5 big chances in the Premier League, and only created 1 with 0.4 key passes per game. Personally, I really don't know about Danjuma. I don't know what to think about him. I think his stats show what I'm going to say from the periods I did watch him, which is mainly coming on as a sub. He can play, and he has played for us across the front 3 quite nicely. He's played mid, right, left, in the middle, and he's just missing up front. So anywhere behind the striker. My problem with him is he's fast, he's incredibly fast. There's no denying that. He's an absolute pace merchant, and a good dribbler at getting the ball up the line. He's very, he's very good at that. But when you look at sort of his outside of that, that's when you start to get a little bit. You can see what Sean Dyche could see, I think, because Sean Dyche wants a unified team, and I got the feeling that he's not a very team orientated player. From when I was watching him, I found that he was a bit greedy sometimes. He'd run down the left and he'd just take shots that flew over the bar. If he could learn to keep his head down when he shoots, he'd get a couple more goals, in my opinion. But yeah, he sort of he's a good player. I just don't think he suits this team, and I don't think he suits the system. I'm a little bit confused on how, once again, Everton have wasted a loan spot on a player that just isn't built for the team that the manager wants. Because when you look at his strengths, he's good attacking, he's good dribbler. He's not a good shooter, but he likes to get his shots away. That's more of a style of play. He likes to cut inside. He is good from a counter attack, which I guess maybe could be the only defense that you could have for having him in the team. But then when you look at his weaknesses, aerial duels, which is fine for a winger. His passing isn't brilliant. His crossing isn't brilliant. And his defensive contributions aren't brilliant. Now, you rival that against Dwight McNeil, who his passing is good, his crossing is good, his defensive contributions is good. You can see why Dwight McNeil was being ran and ran and ran and ran to the point that he looked exhausted over Danjuma. You needed that defensive solidity. You needed somebody who could whip a ball in, and you needed somebody who could, create chances, which is everything Dwight McNeil can do. So it doesn't surprise me that Arnaut Danjuma didn't get many games. I know fans were sort of irritated, and it's dead easy, by the way, to when it's not going well, aka the 3 months without a win. It's dead easy when you've not seen somebody for a while, or you've not seen a lot of them, to go, why is he not playing? Why is he not playing? He's got to be better than this. But then as soon as you see them play, you go, that's why. That's why. But it's dead easy to fall into that trap of going, why is he not playing him? Because you forget it because of how bad it is at the minute. And in the moment you forget and you go, why is he not playing him? Got to be better than the rest of them. Sometimes no, sometimes they're not. You're just hoping for a different change of face, a change of scenery. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate for Danjuma. I think he's a good player. I'm not calling him rubbish. I think he'll probably go to a different team next year and do okay. I just don't think Everton was the right fit for him, ever really. So yeah, my rating for him overall for the season, I'm gonna give him a 6. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 6. We didn't really see an awful lot of good from him. He was the type of player that you got the feeling could make something happen, but I don't think he ever got that chance. Once again, I just don't think he was the right fit for us. So a 6 for Danjuma. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment down below your thoughts and your rating on Danjuma. Look forward to reading them. See you soon.